the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports, Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Last game for the Bucks, they picked up the W against the Hornets in Charlotte. They dropped game 1 of this season series. Tonight, they'll look to even the score. And here we are, start of a new season, so much drama.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
I never want to waste your time. My life, so precious is your.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We're at the home of the... And before we get going, let's catch up with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who had a chance to speak.
Well, guys, he told me they're up against a team that really finishes strong at the rim, and he wanted to get that point across to his players. He wants them to protect the rim with every bit of energy they've got throughout this entire contest. Let's see if they're up to it, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And both these teams can go deep into their benches. Chris, what's it like to play on a stacked team? A team that has a huge number of players that can start in a lot of teams in the league, but may have to come off the bench.
It just relieves a lot of the pressure. As starters, you want to try to get a lead or play well, and you hope the bench comes in and just holds off the next team or comes in with a nice pace. But when you're playing with a great team, you can actually hope that bench comes in and do better than you. You can actually hope that bench comes in and kind of raises the pace on that other team. But most importantly, what those benches do, and I know for me in Sacramento, they really keep the integrity of the team in practice every day because they're out there beating the A-team. So when they put on those special jerseys that everyone hates or has to flip their jersey inside out and go up against the starters, they're playing with that confidence that they play with every game. And so you have to be prepared in practice. And so it makes every day you get better, not just on the game day. So for me, being on those teams with great benches helps you more in practice every day, which sets a culture of winning more so than just in the games.
That's an excellent insight. And now the opening lineup for Boston. We've got Tatum. Craig Monroe is out there with Morris. Then there's Smart, and it's Irving in at the point. And so it's Milwaukee with it. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Incredibly disruptive on that end of the floor. Got up in guys' shirts, jumped in the passing lane. It was wild.
Just 5 on the clock. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. That one's not going to go. So the Celtics will take it the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
You know what? It's a fine line between attacking but yet staying under control, and they did, and that's why they shot such a high percentage.
Well, they worked through their plays until they found some decent looks, and then they did a great job finishing.
Shots good by Middleton.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Irving against Bledsoe. And it's Kyrie Irving with the 3.
Look, Irving rarely misses from downtown, even way outside. He's a knockdown threat.
Here's Henson. We saw him with 10 points last game. Here's Middleton. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Smart.
And one of the things I love about Chris Middleton is his decision-making. You know, he doesn't force shots or passes when he has the ball and just lets the play develop. And that's why coaches trust him so much.
And with Middleton in his decision-making, it's true for both his scoring and his passing.
For the amount he facilitates, he has great efficiency. Low turnovers, solid field goal percentage, and his passing gets better every year.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. 4-point game. Outside for Bledsoe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Irving kicks to Smart. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
That's just outstanding awareness from Irving right there. Remarkable at finding his guys when they're wide open.
The pass to Smart. Monroe dishes to Irving. Celtics passing it around. And again, Boston with the triple.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Bledsoe kicks to Parker. He dishes it to Middleton. Outside, out of the Kumbo from 17 feet out. And so the ball out of bounds. Hinson touched it last. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Kyrie Irving third.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
And the Bucks making a change here. Watkins checked in. Pass to Tatum. He feeds it to Smart. Out to Morris. Dishes to Irving. Fires the three. And again, Boston with the triple.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Bucks trail by 9. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. When we watch Giannis out there, he just looked unstoppable, Greg, at times. The way he's able to attack the rim, the blend of size, speed, and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone from the 3 line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
That free throw, no good.
And one thing you notice with Giannis is just how much better this team is with him on the floor. What he brings on offense and defense is as huge as any player in our league.
Zeller, he's checked in for the Bucks. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Jabari Parker. Tice, yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And Greg, with Giannis, the team is so much more dangerous with him on the floor offensively, and the numbers back it up.
Yeah, Giannis, one of the few difference makers who can impact the game on both ends. Causes a ton of turnovers with his D, but also can facilitate or carry a team with his offense.
Tony Snell's checked in for Milwaukee. From 13, and he connects with the jumper. Snell's got his first bucket in this one. Boston leading by 8. Conley with the 3, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Bucks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Zeller, a screen on Brown. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Oh!
Come on, did you see that? Did you see that? And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
A floater, and Boston with the rebound.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
Brown, good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass.
In the corner, it's Brogdon. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Eric Bledsoe.
Matthew Dellavedova.
For Milwaukee, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Dellavedova. 1:04 left in the first quarter of the game. And here's Conley outside. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
The defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Pass to Brogdon. Ball's knocked loose and taken away by Brown. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And that one drops. Conley's got 8 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Passes it to Brogdon. To the middle, here's Zeller, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in.
A high-efficiency scorer. I mean, inside. I mean, Zeller with those great soft hands.
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the first. And Baines kicks to Conley. Nice ball movement by Boston. Three-pointer. The rebound by the Bucks. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, if you really want to know, the best way to do it is to take care of the basketball. They lost focus, got sloppy last game, and blown out because of it.
Brogdon inside the line. Drilled it right as the clock hit all zeros.
Wow, what a clutch shot. He's got nerves of steel.
Woo! Nice. Able to keep his composure in the game's biggest moment. That's all about confidence, folks.
And so it's the Boston Celtics looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We come back right after this. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a very... Bucks trail by 13. And Chris, we often talk about what makes a good coach or a good player, but to change it up a bit, what do you think is an aspect of being a good general manager in the NBA?
I think being a good manager is about a couple of things. Knowing how to manipulate and deal with the salary cap so that you can bring the best players around each other, but the skill sets have to fit. Best players aren't just what a guy has done in the past or how many points he scored or how many records that he's broken. It's about, does his skill set fit with another player? So you don't want two guys that are ball handlers on the same team, or you don't want two guys that need a ball handler to facilitate, and therefore you don't have anyone to penetrate. So someone that knows how to weave and interject different skill sets that are complement each other, I think is the type of GM that is successful in this league.
Sometimes easier said than done, though, right?
I think most times easier said than done, because a lot of GMs have some great ideas, but they need someone else to help in that trade, or a player that's willing. And so, you know, you have a lot of moving factors right there.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Brown and Hayward out on the perimeter. Then it's Aaron Baines, and it's Conley. Parker's checked in for Mirza Teletovic. Celtics also with a sub. Monroe's checked in. To the inside, Tice. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Parker. Brogdon against Brown. Here's Dellavedova. Drills the baseline jumper. Dellavedova's got 7. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Conley inside the line. Almost, but it rolls out.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
And taken away by Brown.
Monroe.
Tice, covered by Parker. Conley with it. 8 points for him. Brown, good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And it's rare for rookies to come into the NBA ready at the defensive end. But you know what, C-Web? Jaylen Brown already more than solid.
Well, yeah, I mean, he has a great frame. He plays physical. He's in a great system, and he wants it. He'll only get better with time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Henson's checked in for Tyler Zeller. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Brogdon. Dellavedova, the pass to Antetokounmpo. He can't hit that time. And it's Boston the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Right wing. Henson dishes to Dellavedova. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Morris kicks to Irving. Good on the three-point shot. 9 points in the game so far.
I like how quick Irving shoots from beyond the arc. Now, when he's got a clean look, he lets it fly immediately.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Up and in on the layup.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
To the paint. Here's Morris. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 6 assists now in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Poked away. Parker passes to Henson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Dellavedova. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 20.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That one goes. Count it. Irving's got 11.
Look at that. Irving just leaked out wonderfully in transition. He's a remarkable decision maker in fast break situations.
Now here's Henson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Over to the wing. Here's Smart. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, make no mistake, defense is the foundation for this Celtics team. That's their calling card.
And the Bucks with some changes. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Parker, and it's Eric Bledsoe in for Matthew Dellavedova. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Boston. Henson with the screen. Here's Bledsoe. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. And Chris, when you defend like the Celtics, you've got a chance every night.
Yeah, because of execution and communication. That's half of it. The other half is the grit and toughness. I mean, you got to have both, and they do. But when their offense is clicking, they're just tough to beat.
Kicks to Teletovic. To the middle. No good from Bledsoe.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, trying to recapture momentum. When the tide's running against you, very difficult to do. What will the young kids say today? Ride that wave.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
That's because he's finding his spots. No hesitation. You can sense his confidence.
That one drops for him.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Here's Morris. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 8th assist here tonight.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines. That is his first foul of the game. And the Bucks with some changes. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Henson. Tony Snell comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for Chris Middleton. Shots good by Bledsoe.
D with some heavy feet out there. I mean, they're too slow to rotate. Nobody communicating. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Inside. Here's Smart. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Smart's got 4 points in the quarter. Milwaukee's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Feeds it to Zeller. Second shot opportunity. Rebound Boston.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Well, look at Morris, just using that big body of his to draw contact. The defense has a tough time matching up with him.
The Celtics have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And free throw good for Morris. And Morris drops them both.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
Zeller, a screen on Conley. The Bucks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for your Bucks, Eric Bledsoe. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And he makes both free throws. He kicks to Morris. That's in there. Conley with the assist. And that's 10 points for Marcus Morris.
And even with someone on, Morris is just a master at getting those shots open. Just an impressive player down low.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Boston. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 14 points, 9 assists, and 2 steals. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
Well, with the way they struggle to defend the three-point line, it started to look like warm-up drills. They cannot be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
That's it for now as the second half just about ready to go.
Welcome back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the buildings of downtown reflecting off the gentle waters of beautiful Lake Michigan. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, what a...
Here's Antetokounmpo. The Young Bucks, Antetokounmpo and Parker at 3 and 4. Bledsoe is out there with Chris Middleton, and it's Henson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Stolen by Smart. And slam dunk by Tatum.
That's just elite defense by Smart, seizing the opportunity and taking it the other way.
Now Bledsoe, and of course NBA players have all reached this pinnacle through dedication, through very hard work. Chris, do you talk about the hard work and effort that goes into playing and succeeding at this NBA level?
Well, if you're in high school or middle school, when your friends are at the movies, you're on the basketball court. When your friends are hanging out at a party, you're at the basketball court. When your friends and his family on vacation, you're at the basketball court. I don't think many people understand the dedication. You know, for many guys, it's more than 4 hours a day in the gym. And a lot of that is just sitting in the gym, just smelling the gym. You know, of course you're going to work out, of course you're going to shoot, but it's everything basketball. You know, on my wall, I had Dominique, Magic, Bird. I had all these guys, Isaiah, cut out magazines, and I would put their pictures on my wall and work out and do push-ups looking at them. And I would know their moves. I would know everything. You know, I remember Kenny Smith after his dunk contest. He stood at the free throw line and threw the ball between his legs, threw it off the backboard and dunked. I went in the backyard in Detroit, shoveled the snow, and we worked on that dunk all night, freezing. I mean, you have to love it. So, you know, when you love something, my father taught me, it's not work. And so you got to start with the love, and then all the other work and dedication is just part of the journey.
I love the message, but boy, I like that Kenny Smith story. That is a great, great story. got a piece of it. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. Over Parker. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 12 points for Marcus Morris.
Terrific use of the catch-and-shoot jumper for Morris, catching the D flat-footed and torching them as a result.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Now the feed to Parker. Bledsoe for three. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Tatum. And the shot falls short this time.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Well, sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined. I mean, look, he's not an easy man to defend. He'll get his points one way or another.
Irving from long range. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game.
Irving kicks to Smart. Great D that time from Middleton.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possessed.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Bucks.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
And the Bucks making a change here. Ogden's checked in. Antetokounmpo kicks to Henson. 4 on the clock. Bledsoe for 3. And again, the Bucks miss.
He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
Irving against Bledsoe. And that's good. Kyrie Irving for 3. Irving's got 20.
There's no defense in the world that can contain Irving. His jump shot is just too quick.
Irving against Bledsoe. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. It's Brogdon on the wing. 11 feet out, and he hits it.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, when you're at a size disadvantage, sometimes the mid-range is better than inside. You get a little more space. You don't allow the shot blocker to get up on you, and also you can use your handles and your quickness.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
The dish now to Hayward. To the paint. Monroe, no good. The Bucks have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Henson. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Parker. Tony Snell's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Eric Bledsoe. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley.
Here's a look at some stats from Mike Conley. Last season, he played outstanding. Around 20 points per game last season. 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
Yeah, no doubt. He knows how to run this offense. Tremendous asset to this team coming off the bench.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Shot clock at 6. Teletovic dishes to Dellavedova. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Boston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Brown, good.
And Brown is just utilizing his athleticism yet again. I mean, this time from the interior, though, but just sinking these close-range shots.
To the inside. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. And he slams it one-handed.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Celtics foul.
For Milwaukee, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Matthew Dellavedova at the line for 2.
That free throw, good from Dellavedova. And both free throws good for Dellavedova. The Celtics have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. The pass to Baines. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Baines has got 6.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Boston. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. We come back right after this.
I'm only coming out to play.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The Celtics shooting has been wild, 76%. That's just unbelievable. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Celtics, Harrison out there with Conley. Then there's Brown. Then it's Aaron Baines. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Well, the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries. It's just getting started. But, Chris, exciting to think that we'd be able to cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah. You're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now. As far as, looking on the bench, you have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength. And so now it can all be measured. And as long as the players-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
The kick out to Brown for 3. That shot off. And Milwaukee will come the other way. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his 5th foul.
Tough call there, but you have to be smart there. I mean, he now has 5 in this game.
On defense, Boston. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Stolen by Michael Conley.
Just been really inefficient. 5 turnovers. It's as if he's playing for the other team. And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Chris, I know that when you go through a season, there are certain matchups that you love and certain ones against.
Well, Kevin, I would kind of change that and say dread to me was love, meaning that I dreaded and I loved to go up against Tim Duncan because you knew you had to be prepared that night. I loved and I dreaded going up against KG. I played in the era where in 1 week I could have played against Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon. This is all on the West Coast. So for me, I dreaded the Western Conference, but what's so good about it is that you just have to be prepared, and you can't dread the NBA. It's like you grew up wanting to play against the best players in life, and so I really loved the fact that I had to be my best every night, or you're going to get embarrassed in the league. So it was every power forward.
Never an off night, was there, Chris?
Never an off night, and so I can't say I dreaded Karl Malone over Barkley or Olajuwon over David Robinson or Tim Duncan over KG. It's just like, hey man, you got to put your big boy pants on, get ready, and go to work, baby. Put your hard hat on.
Now here is Dellavedova, guarded closely. He dishes it to Snell. Shoots over Brown. And again, the Bucks miss. The Celtics on offense. They've got an 8-0 run. Tice. Rebound, Milwaukee. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Plays it up off the glass.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Bucks have gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the fourth quarter underway. Zeller passes to Dellavedova. He feeds it to Muhammad. Back to Dellavedova. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
To the paint. Here's Baines. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Poke loose. Brown kicks to Baines. 9 feet out. Zeller grabs the board.
Not easy to miss a clean look inside like that, but he manages to do it.
The shot by Muhammad. Nobody around. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Here's Larkin. And a miss there on the triple. Milwaukee's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And here is Brown. Pass to Larkin. Over Dellavedova. That misses off the backboard. Here's Snell. He's covered by Brown. And a fast break now for the Celtics.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Celtics.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kyrie Irving.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Well, there have been some questions regarding the NBA's playoff format, Chris, if the division by conference is a good thing, or if we should open it up to even more teams. Should we even have divisions? If you were going to change anything, what might you change in the playoff format in any way?
Well, I'll tell you this. I would not add more teams. Please. I mean, you're going to add more teams to watch more bad teams? Right. No, if you can't win almost 50% of your games, no way.
Agreed.
I did hear one thing that was kind of interesting is that what if you ranked the teams 1 through 16 in the playoffs, so that, yes, I still believe in divisions.
Right.
Because I want the season to matter. Divisions, championships, that matters for a fan base. Those type of things matter. So I want to keep those in there. But if you did 1 through 16 that way, so the last 2 teams didn't have to play the best competition until the end, I just think that might be interesting. You never know what type of matchups you may have. But I think we've been having some great basketball in the last 15 years. So I don't know if necessarily we really need to change anything about the playoffs.
Interesting observations. Here's Snell. He's covered by Brown. Dishes it to Dellavedova. And again, the Bucks miss. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, very nice win for you guys tonight.
Just proud of the way we fought. I thought we shared the basketball pretty well tonight. Played pretty solid defense as well. Got the win. So
great effort tonight, Gordon. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, This is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.